In the heart of Kwoncho town, where every whisper becomes a rumor and every rumor becomes a story, lived a woman whose name carried more weight than the town's biggest landmark. Her name was Amanda, but to everyone else, she was simply known as the Slay Queen. At 28, Amanda was beauty sculpted by God himself. Her dark skin shimmered like polished midnight, smooth and flawless like it had been dipped in shea butter and kissed by the sun. Her curves made people pause without thinking, her waist the kind that tailors used as an example of perfect measurement. Her walk carried a confidence that made the dusty streets of Kwoncho look like her personal runway. Every morning, when she stepped out in a perfectly fitted outfit and heels that echoed power, heads turned automatically. Okada riders slowed down as if the road suddenly needed more attention. Tailors abandoned their sewing machines mid-stitch. Shopkeepers leaned forward. Even school children whispered her name in excitement. Amanda lived for moments like this. The attention fed her soul. She felt alive when people stared. She felt powerful when they talked. She felt validated when cameras followed her without being asked. Her lifestyle was funded by admirers, rich men who wanted to be seen beside her, older men seeking validation from her youthful glow, young boys hoping for a miracle, and sponsors who showered her with gifts just to hear her soft "thank you." Money entered her account like water poured from a bucket. She didn't have a job, not a traditional one, but she wasn't bothered. In her mind, her beauty was her business. And as long as it paid, she didn't see any reason to stop. The town judged her harshly but watched her closely. Some wanted her confidence. Some wanted her downfall. Some wanted to be like her. Others prayed their daughters would never become her. But Amanda didn't care. As long as the world kept looking, she kept shining. Everything changed the day a stranger arrived in Kwoncho. His name was Tosin. He bought the old mansion near the riverside, a place most people avoided because of its loneliness. He was tall, calm, and carried a quiet presence that made people turn twice. He wasn't flashy. He didn't dress to attract attention. He didn't try to impress anyone. He rarely spoke unless necessary. That alone made him mysterious in a town where everyone wanted to be seen and heard. Amanda first saw him at the filling station. His black SUV was parked beside the pump, and he was checking something on his phone. As usual, she walked past him slowly, expecting the normal reaction: frozen eyes, nervous laughter, awkward compliments, a quick "hello beautiful." But Tosin only looked up, nodded politely, and returned to his phone. That single moment unsettled her. For the first time, her beauty didn't cause a scene. It didn't shake someone's confidence. It didn't open a door instantly. And instead of feeling insulted, she felt challenged. 3 days later, she appeared at his mansion with a bowl of jollof rice. She wore a black gown that hugged her perfectly and let her perfume trail behind her like a signature. When Tosin opened the door, she smiled sweetly. He thanked her politely, accepted the food, and didn't invite her inside. Amanda blinked in surprise. Men didn't treat her like that. But instead of walking away angry, she became even more determined. Days passed, and somehow she found herself spending more time around him. Sometimes he met her by the riverside, and they talked about things she had never discussed with anyone. Tosin asked her questions no one else ever cared to ask. Who was she when the makeup came off? What would she be doing if no one was watching? What dream scared her the most? What did she want from her own life, not from men? For the first time, Amanda felt vulnerable. Not naked. Not exposed physically. But emotionally. Tosin didn't compliment her beauty like everyone else. He admired her thoughts, her fears, her childhood stories, her dreams she didn't even know she had. He didn't treat her like decoration, he treated her like a person. Slowly, without meaning to, Amanda began to change. She stopped going to parties. She stopped dressing to impress strangers. She stopped entertaining men who offered money just for presents. She started staying indoors more, reading, thinking, reflecting. She found herself wanting to impress Tosin not with her looks, but with her mind. Before she realized it, she had fallen deeply for him. One quiet evening, as the sun lowered behind the riverside, Amanda gathered all the courage she had. She dressed beautifully, did her makeup to perfection, sprayed her best perfume, and rehearsed her words in front of the mirror. She was ready to tell Tosin how she felt. But when she arrived at his mansion, her heartbeat stumbled. Boxes were stacked near the door. The gate was open. The air felt heavy. Tosin was packing. Amanda stood frozen, her mind refusing to believe what her eyes were seeing. When he turned and saw her, his smile was sad. He told her he was leaving Quancho. Not for a short trip. Not for a few months. He wasn't coming back. Amanda felt the world shift under her feet. She asked why he never mentioned it. She asked why he didn't give her a chance to speak. His reply wasn't harsh. But it broke her more deeply than any insult could. He told her she was beautiful, more beautiful than she believed. But she was living a life that wasn't hers. A life built on attention, not purpose. A life fueled by validation, not self-worth. He said she was hiding behind the spotlight because it felt easier than working for something real. He told her she had greatness in her, but she was wasting it on temporary things. Then he wished her well, picked up his suitcase, and walked away. Amanda stood in silence long after he was gone. She felt empty. Unmasked. Powerless. She walked home slowly, ignoring the stares that once gave her life. That night, she stood before her mirror, removed her wig, wiped her makeup away, and stared at her real reflection, the Amanda she had forgotten existed. The next morning, she shopped the entire town. She sold 2 expensive wigs. She sold 1 pair of designer heels. She returned a phone a man gifted her. And with the money, she rented a tiny shop. She started a small skincare business, something Tosin once told her she would be good at. People laughed. They mocked her. They said it wouldn't last. That she would return to her old ways. But Amanda worked harder than anyone expected. She studied. She practiced. She learned from mistakes. She became patient with herself. Slowly, customers started coming. Women trusted her. Men respected her. Young girls admired her. Her business grew every month. Within a year, Amanda became one of the most successful young entrepreneurs in Quancho. She still looked beautiful, but now her beauty came from confidence, purpose, and self-respect. People still stared at her, but for a new reason, not because she was the slay queen, but because she was a woman who rebuilt her life with her own hands. And that was when she understood the lesson life had been trying to teach her. Beauty can attract attention. But only character, purpose, and hard work